Welcome to the official Personality Guru. ESTPs are playful and magnetic. They can be powerfully attractive to others, giving them the unique ability to lead by supporting. They see the value in energy-filled, shared experiences. They recognize that people want to feel connected and enjoy an active life. They often find themselves in roles like politicians, athletes, or performers. ESTPs are great conversationalists, especially with new people. They can talk to anyone about anything and have a very friendly demeanor, but they will resist too much societal pressure to conform and may feel a little like rebels. Today, let's talk about ESTP's mind. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the official Personality Guru and ring the bell icon to get regular updates on our latest uploads. And if you like this video, click the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. The SETI's functions are 1. SE is the main way SETIs takes in information and its core function. This means they use their senses to understand the world around them, and they handle solid, real-world information better than vague hypotheticals. They live in the moment and need to constantly seek out adventure and fun, sensory experiences to keep SE happy. 2. TI Introverted Thinking. TI is what fuels their drive to understand the world, as well as their focus on mastering hands-on skills and talents. It comes second in their functional stack, and it operates mostly in their subconscious. It primarily analyzes the ideas that their SE creates based on their experiences. It provides a logical framework and reference material to determine which ideas are logical and which are not, and to figure out how they might be implemented. Because TI is serving SE, it primarily seeks knowledge as a tool that can be wielded to solve problems. 3. Fe-Extroverted Feeling. Fe is third and is where the SETI's humanitarian side originates. It is a major factor in their drive to use their problem-solving skills to help others and make the world a better place. Rather than using them for purely selfish purposes, in social situations, it often combines with SE to make them huge jokers. Although they're a more extroverted type, they often get into social situations where they just enjoy the company and don't feel the need to say much. Because of their strong SE, they often choose to show affection for others through their actions, as it tends to be the most comfortable for them. 4. NI Introverted Intuition. NI is the SETI's last function and is often their Achilles heel. It is inherently not as strong as their other functions because their highest priority and focus is on SE. NI allows them to pull from every area in their brain to find valuable data, to look for patterns in the information they gather, or to skip 10 steps ahead and predict what will happen in the future. NI makes their internal world abstract and can involve jumping around on intuitive leaps. It can also give them the sense that it's okay to not have everything figured out. Overuse of their NI can be very draining and may be unhealthy if it's constantly given priority over other functions. Dominant function and core of the external world. Extroverted Sensing. SE is all about in the moment, tangible, concrete, real-world experiences and perceptions, and how SETIs can connect their physical surroundings to their shifting, analytical inner world. Those with strong SE may be the only people who truly live at the moment, in a sense. They view the world as a solid force and prefer to take in information in a concrete, solid way. Because they do not experience solidity within themselves, they seek that stability in the world around them. SETIs especially feel that every moment would be best spent on something worthwhile and fun. When they are faced with a task they need to complete that they might find boring and arduous, such as folding laundry or memorizing mathematical theorems for a test, they are likely to find ways of making it enjoyable for themselves. They may make the task of folding laundry into a sort of game, or they may start changing the lyrics of their favorite song to fit the theorem or anything else that makes the task more interesting and enjoyable. They do what they can to make life fun, but they still can power through the tedious necessities. They're more productive when they can work in short increments and can take breaks incrementally to have fun and move around. SETIs needs a certain level of impulsiveness in life to be happy. While they don't abhor schedules, it does get irritating for them when a schedule becomes more important than doing the things a schedule is supposed to allow time for. They also might break the rules from time to time, but not necessarily rebel or make a point. They simply don't think in terms of rules and procedures. Their focus is on actions that will accomplish specific things. Rules typically restrict people to doing a certain thing in a certain, limited way. And SETIs tend to just want results immediately, without being restricted to achieving their goals in a predetermined way. They have a hard time not moving to action right away. They aren't likely to be against rules in principle, but when the rules become more important than the desired outcome, then rules start to seem ridiculous and counterproductive. SETIs enjoys doing things with people as a means of getting acquainted. They crave thrill and adventure, exploring nature, getting involved in physical sports, or getting their hands dirty and doing things in the physical world is very cathartic for them. The SE side of an SETI makes them value beauty very highly, and they're likely to seek out beautiful, serene surroundings, especially in nature. Their surroundings have a strong influence on them, and they are very aware of their physical environment. SE is all about very tangible five senses: sight, touch, taste, smell, sound, experiences. So creating art or making things with their hands, i.e. playing an instrument, painting, doing mechanical work, or various types of craftsmanship, etc., is very gratifying to them when it's something they like. In creating tangible things, they get to put their knowledge and skills to use by expressing meaning in real-world ways that other people can experience and enjoy. Second function of the core of the internal world: introverted thinking. SETIs uses TI for solving problems and finding answers. TI best lends itself to in-depth logical analysis. SETIs are fairly balanced between their gut feeling and objective logic sides, but sometimes they will shut out emotions to be more objective. They often do this when problem solving, starting a new activity, or arguing. TE differs from TE or extroverted thinking in that those with TI doesn't easily make near instantaneous executive decisions. They do much better when they have time to fully understand things and make decisions about them. SETIs appreciate being able to analyze a concept before concluding it, although they're probably going to do their analysis as they go versus stopping to mull things over and over. As they have experience in certain areas, they gain huge stores of knowledge and continuously put the pieces together. In preliminary neuroscience findings by Dario Nardi, PhD, strong TI is correlated with being able to do multiple types of analysis at once. SETIs primarily use these three regions: Deductive Analyst, the ability to linearly derive solutions using verbal symbolic reasoning. For example, if A equals B and B equals C, then logically, A is equals to C. Using this region is like moving and perhaps backtracking along the branches of a tree. SETIs uses this region more than any other type. Expert Classifier. This allows them to categorize and define concepts in a holistic way using a best fit process. For example, it helps us determine whether a dolphin better fits in the mammal or fish category as it stores many categories simultaneously. Odds assessment. Holistically, weighing numerous pros and cons of many uncertain or risky factors or opinions at once to arrive at a single result. For example, how are the odds when you play a particular betting game? The SETI mind shows a tennis hop pattern according to Nardi, where the brain easily maintains a state of momentum so that any moment it's ready to jump to action for a surprising incoming task. They easily get in the zone when engaging in a crisis and can quickly integrate sensory information to perform tactile, physical tasks, even when they've never done them before. These types of analysis, in combination with their action-seeking minds, allow for skill in physically trained situations and problems with a high-risk factor. SETIs often have a thrill-seeking side and may enjoy sports, gambling, skydiving, bungee jumping, adventure, travel, or speeding down the highway in a sports car or on their motorcycle. SETIs are often perceived based on this side of them that loves adventure and needs thrilling new experiences, but what often people don't see is the sharp mind behind it all. Because SE is external and therefore all about interacting with the real world, it's obvious to others. while TI is internal and hidden unless it's intentionally brought out and shared. SETIs love new experiences. They're always looking for something fresh to do or try. Because their brain is constantly on the lookout for tactile or tactical action, they are easily bored when they aren't using their body at all for the task they're working on. They need fresh challenges and problems to solve, and love picking things apart to understand how they work. SETIs needs constant challenges and can also get bored if things are too easy. They may take risks just to keep things interesting at times. They're most comfortable having expertise in something that involves hands-on or practical work. It's best when their job and hobbies result in accomplishments that are clear and measurable in the real world. Although they enjoy mastery, they don't like to be masters at predictable or routine things. They generally get tired of repetitive, procedural work very quickly, although they are generally willing to power through such activities to get the job done. They will often find ways to make repetitive tasks into a game or enlist a friend who can help take their minds off the tedious work. SETIs tend to enjoy careers in graphic design, user experience, sports, leading adventure trips, guiding people through outdoor activities, the sciences, mechanics, sales, engineering, personal training, and etc. They can be effective leaders if they have an enthusiastic team and someone reliable to handle the minute details. Third function and supporting role in the external world. Extroverted feeling. SETIs are naturally diplomatic and generally good with people. They can be very charming without even intending to be. Although other people's feelings and values aren't at the forefront of their minds all the time, they're usually loyal, caring, and considerate individuals. FE differs from FI, in that FI is focused internally and constantly asks, how do I feel about this? While FE is focused externally and asks, how does the group feel about this? The main difference between FE and FI is that the person with FI can naturally qualify and quantify their picture of themselves as if they are looking directly into a mirror. For a person with FE, their metaphorical mirror is pointed outward. This means they may know how they feel inside, but they may not get a clear sense of what that means or looks like until they get feedback from others. But when it comes actually to treating other people how they want to be treated, SETIs are understanding and sympathetic. They will find subtle ways of helping achieve harmony among friends and family, whether that means diverting people's attention towards something besides the conflict at hand or simply being the person that calmly talks everyone off the proverbial ledge. SETIs are generally good at picking up on other people's emotions. They tend to use mirroring and general playfulness and humor to relate to people. It can be difficult for them to be around unexpressive people, and if they sense a lot of emotional stuff going on with someone just under the surface, it may make them uncomfortable. They're unlikely to want to draw others out of their emotional shells unless they have a very close relationship with that person, i.e. spouse, best friend, and etc. They like things that are apparent and obvious, so they may feel like deeper, unexpressed emotional stuff is either none of their business or a manipulation tactic, and remain skeptical of people who hide their true feelings and intentions. How about you, as an ESTP or any other personality type? What goes on in your mind? Be sure to watch until the end and share your experience for a chance to have your comment pinned. When it comes to dealing with others' heavy emotional stuff, SETIs may default to trying to fix something tangible for the person who is upset, instead of just sitting down to listen. It can take some direct requests from others before the SETI learns how to appropriately respond when people around them are in pain and just need a friendly ear. Before we continue, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the official Personality Guru for more amazing videos. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our content. Fourth function and the supporting role of the internal world. Introverted intuition. NI is the last process of an SETI uses. They are so focused on the here and now of what is going on around them that their intuition doesn't always occur to them in blatant or obvious ways. They experience their inner world in a vaguely intuitive way. It is open and somewhat fluid, and in their search for meaning, they are always evolving and shifting internally. Though they see the outer world as very solid and unchangeable, when they consider various concepts or ideas, they tend to see them from multiple angles and points of view, which they bring together to form one coherent idea. While SETIs can plan and make future-oriented goals, it's not something they want to spend a great deal of time doing. If they need to make a big purchase or a big decision, they'll sit down and plan out the details, research, and consider the possible outcome of their choice. But in general, they don't rely on future predictions very heavily. They might enjoy vaguely thinking about the future, but they have the sense that focusing too much on what might be is pointless. They feel that if they focus on what is going on currently and know how to adapt to things as they come up, the future is automatically going to be taken care of. If they do what they need to do now in a certain way, good or bad, they know their future is going to reflect those actions. Their intuition is subconscious, so while they are always calculating for the future, it might not always be obvious, even to them. But because they're right here, right now, actions are always focused on setting themselves up for the next step, they're aware of what the future will bring in a vague sense.